What's going on, guys? So, I'm going to go with this. How to take a deep breath. Now, if you've never taken a deep breath before, it automatically manually happens sometimes. But you can take a deep breath without it happening manually. This is called self control. Okay, so fundamentally, it is easy. And it is easy. So follow along with me. These are the instructions. That's one breath. I'm not going to do that long a breath because my body doesn't require it right now. Okay. Okay. So you do your breath however feels good to you. In fact, master this breath. For when you control your breath, you control the very way you feel. This feels good. It's sheer life coming into you. And when you focus on the breath, you'll turn inwards and you'll start to focus on yourself. Okay? And not yourself as your needs and wants egotistically, something that's beyond that. Your energy. What they don't tell you about. See, the external world is only a simulation or stimulation of our internal world. What? Yeah, and it's not just about perspective. The way the world is because conscious is itself is the ultimate being. Listen close here. We all come separated, with emphasis on that, from the separated being, which created all beings, which is the being of all beings, the master clientele being. And we became little beings. Sounds great, doesn't it? So, these little beings are him, beyond the thought and the personality. We are part of the whole. So, it's something, again, beyond that. It's a collective that we're part of. Neat. Isn't it? Isn't it? Like Taylor Swift says. Breath is life. And controlling this, you will take responsibility of your life. It will also make you turn inwards. And inwards is where life is and is where the life is. You know, the megapole of us, the little waves, the energies. In fact, once you start looking internally, this becomes your base home, where you stay, where you lay, where you pray, where you pay. You do pay, when you don't follow this. When you're not in this, then you're fighting against intuition and you're fighting against yourself, myself. The voice inside yourself is yourself. But it's not the real self. It's something Little India, get it? Because India's big as hell. Little India said they call it Maya. But it's spelled Maya. Hawaii. And that's just that. Maya is the brain talking. Performances, personalities, showcases, and so on. And you're going to act however you're going to act when, you're in that God spirit. That is like a light, and it basically is your guidance. Your spirit is your guidance. You hear it, it guides you. That's why nothing can really be done. See, a lot of people go into this unconscious state and they love it and they want to do drugs and they want to go back to it and they love it, but they hate it that they can't go back to it. So they do drugs, they make addictions, they fall in love with the ego. They fall in love with this ego, but it's not them, but you see they fell in love with themselves. They got selfish, literally got selfish, like the definition of selfish. And so it's just crazy because there's another story, but I won't say that now. While we're here, because of this. Reality is very unique. And like I said, once you go inside this, you're gonna reside in here. Oh, it's not so bad in here. Because this control center doesn't have no face. It has no mask. It has no feeling, no emotion. It's a X wave. It's a air wave. It's a exuberance in the fullest expense. Yeah, it's almost a sensation, but it's where everything comes from. And what I was going to say is like everything in the world, it's different when it comes from this place. And you can fall into this place unconsciously. Again, like I was saying, you want to do this and when you do that, doing drugs, addictions, that's because you're just trying to get back to this place. This place of being aware, thoughtless state. It feels good, doesn't it? It feels good to wait. It feels good just to be there in the body. Because again, you're not the teeth, the face. You're beyond that, which is formless, and it is the ultimate. And that's why you go into that, you feel ultimate. Literally. So, I'm going to make another video about this. But the greatest thing to search for in life, the greatest treasure, is actually seeing your father or God, dad, or the real you behind all this. Subscribe to the channel. And we'll leave with a moment of silence. In the silence, there is laughter. There is pure joy. Have a nice one, folks.